Alvin and the Chipmunks are officially making a comeback. After more than a decade away from theaters, the franchise is finally returning in a brand new movie planned for 2028 to line up with their 70th anniversary, which is crazy to say. But while I'm honestly pretty excited to see these characters come back, there is one thing about this reveal that is making me pretty worried. So let's talk about it. So this story actually goes back a few years. Back in November of 2021, it was reported that the owners of Alvin and the Chipmunks were looking to sell the franchise for around $300 million. At the time, we really didn't hear more about that, but now things are finally starting to happen. Former Paramount employee Brian Robbins has officially acquired a 25% stake in Bagdasarian Productions, the company behind the Alvin and the Chipmunks. The plan is to completely revive the franchise, starting with short-form social media content before leading into the brand new movie expected to release late 2028. They even revealed a first look at Alvin's new design. Now, before I get into my concerns, I actually have to say, I'm pretty excited. I know the live-action Alvin movies weren't anything groundbreaking or a masterpiece, but honestly, I like them a lot. Growing up, I really thought they were fun family adventure movies, and I had a lot of fun with them. The music was catchy, the adventure was entertaining. They were just easy movies that you could just sit down and enjoy. I loved watching them when I was growing up. Seeing Alvin, Simon, and Theodore coming back to the big screen honestly makes me so happy. And let's talk about Alvin's new design. A lot of people online don't like it, but honestly, I think it looks pretty good. I like the balance between that classic chipmunk design and then a more modern look. I really like it. I think it looks really good. But here's my problem with it. It also kind of looks AI, and why I think the studio might have used AI is because of this. The studio behind the franchise, Big Shot Pictures, has said that they're using cutting-edge technology across all their animated projects. Also, they've been hiring people with experience in generative AI workflow. And honestly, that is a big red flag for me. Personally, I don't think AI should be replacing artists and creative people in Hollywood. These movies are supposed to be made by talented animators, designers, writers, musicians, and artists. And replacing them with AI, that strips all personality out of this whole movie. So if the Alvin design was made with AI, that is so disappointing to see. I really hope this franchise is not turning to AI and is not going to use AI in the movies, because I really hope real artists are helping bringing these characters back. One big thing that I find really interesting is what they're doing before the movie releases. Instead of waiting till 2028 to see the Chipmunks back again, we will see them online first, kind of like influencers. The plan for Alvin and the gang is to appear on social media almost like influencers, and honestly, I think this could really work. A lot of people think this is stupid and not excited for this, but these characters are one of those characters that I think it could especially work well with, because they're already in the real world. Seeing them on TikTok and Instagram would be hilarious, and I think they could bring fun vibe there, and because they have so much potential and their personalities are huge, so I think this would 100% work for them. Considering the last movie came out all the way back in 2015, I think it's actually smart to be doing this, to remind people that these characters still exist and that a new movie's coming out. It also gets people talking, and it gets the kids introduced to them, and it builds hype naturally. The only thing I'm worried about is that these videos will end up being cheap AI generated content that feels really low effort. If they're funny, creative, and actually made with care, I think they could be awesome. But if they're just AI slop, I think it could really hurt this movie's release. So I'm very interested to see what they do, and I'm definitely going to be keeping a close eye on this project. For the movie itself, there are so many questions. Are they going to do another live action CGI hybrid? Or are they going to make it fully animated? Will they bring back Dave? Or will they meet an entirely new human character? What is the kind of story they're going to be going on after all these years? Will it follow them as influencers in the movie? Or is that just a marketing tactic? So many questions that we don't have answer to right now. But I'm definitely curious to see where they take this franchise. Now let's just quickly talk about the studio behind this all. Big Shot Pictures. It's a brand new animation and family entertainment studio, founded earlier this year by Brian Robbins. Besides Alvin and the Chipmunks, they're also developing a few other projects. One is a new animated adaptation of the book Eloise. They're also working on an anime-style series for iShowSpeed, which is definitely unexpected to see, and I'm kind of curious to see what they do there. And they're developing an animated project based on the Bucket List family. I still am worried that they're just going to be using AI for all of these projects, which is very disappointing. So I'm definitely keeping a close eye on everything going on here, but mostly the Alvin and the Chipmunk movie. Overall, I'm actually pretty excited to see that they're coming back. I have a lot of nostalgia for these movies, and I would love to see this franchise become popular again for a whole new generation. I like the new Alvin design, and I think the idea that they could be influencers has a real potential. I'm curious to see where they go with the story for the movie, but my biggest concern is still AI. I really hope this comeback is driven by talented artists, filmmakers, and they don't take shortcuts, because these characters deserve that. Now, comment down below, are you excited to see Alvin and the Chipmunks return? And don't forget to like and subscribe for all the latest movie news.